I'm about to show you why people are leaving California for New Smyrna Beach. My name is Matt Ekoff. I'm in beautiful New Smyrna Beach, Florida, where we have sunshine, ocean air, and no state income tax, and a cost of living that's a breath of fresh air if you're coming from California. If you've been thinking about leaving California because of taxes, cost of living, or just wanting a better quality of life, or maybe it's the politics, then you're not alone. More and more people are realizing that the Florida lifestyle offers the same sunshine, the same outdoor living, and the coastal vibe, but without the tax trap. But just like California, moving to Florida takes planning. So in this video, I'm breaking down the real estate tax advantage of moving to Florida, what it takes to establish Florida residency the right way, what daily life really looks like in the coastal communities like New Smyrna Beach, Orange Beach, and Ponce Inlet specifically, and how to protect yourself from the double taxation if you're moving from a high tax area. So if you're new to the channel, you want to learn everything there is to know about living in New Smyrna Beach and surrounding areas like Ormond Beach and Port Orange and Ponce Inlet and Edgewater and Daytona Beach, then you have come to the right place. My name is Matt Ekoff. I'm joined by my beautiful wife, Rachel Ekoff, and we're here to share everything from the best neighborhoods to the hottest spots around town. Listen, I get phone calls, emails, text messages, Zoom invites every day from people just like you wanting to move to the beach. So whether that be 2 days, 20 days, or 200 days, please don't hesitate to reach out. I'd love to help you move to the beach and be my neighbor. Please make sure you hit the like button and subscribe so you get all the notifications and updates about New Smyrna Beach and surrounding areas. All right, so we want to start the video today because we're talking about California. When I think of California, personally, I think of Beverly Hills, I think of LA, I think of really big mega homes that have a huge cost to them. When people move in from California to Florida, I hear all the time, man, things are so inexpensive here. Well, we want to start on the water, on the intercoastal, and it's surrounded by multi-million-dollar houses. Now, this one right here is actually a really good friend of mine, and he's a builder in New Smyrna Beach, and a wonderful, beautiful home. Right across from him, down this dirt road, is another actual gargantuan huge home, and we're going to walk down just a little bit more and show you another home. I can't even imagine how much these houses would be if they were in LA or if they were in Malibu or something like that. They'd be a lot more expensive than they would be here, and on top of that, you'd have the property taxes, you'd have the politics, and you'd have the hustle and bustle as well as the traffic that goes along with living in that big city or in that big state, where you don't have to worry about a New Smyrna Beach because this is a casual, laid-back place. Now, we have the same kind of weather, we have the same kind of sunshine, so we have the same kind of lifestyle, we have the same kind of sunshine, the same kind of beach style, we have some of the same kind of homes. Again, this is all in one street. We have these style homes, which are California style homes, but I guarantee you 100% these homes as close to the water are probably 1/4 of the cost of what you'd pay in California. So this is just wanted to just do this small little area, walking down. We have the beach literally down on this other end right here, which is probably about half mile, say. So intercoastal on this side, ocean on this side, surrounded by multi-million-dollar homes. And you can see the redevelopment. I mean, these houses were redevelopment. You can see the redevelopment right behind me. And this is Due East Street, which I've showed you the redevelopment home that I built, where they bought the land for $500,000. Then they did the build, which was this gentleman right behind me here, the house right behind me. We did the build, and then it was a $2.25 million, 2,600 square foot, huge pool home. So you got it here in Florida. You got everything you need. You got the sunshine, you have the water, you have the great restaurants, the wonderful lifestyle, except you have less hustle and bustle and you have almost zero taxes. So let's get started on California versus Florida today. All right, so let's talk about why people are leaving California, and I'm going to kind of take it step by step. So let's talk about number one, in my personal opinion, and what I hear the most often, and since I do this for a living, I do hear a lot of people from California, it's the tax trap. It's why people are moving from California, not only the taxes, but the political agenda, I guess I would say. And we don't talk about politics on this show. This is not a political show whatsoever,
No.
But these are the things that I hear when people are moving to Florida because we're a very conservative state. We have a wonderful governor, Ron DeSantis, that I don't hear hardly anybody say that they don't like. He does a ton for us. But number one is the tax trap, why people leave California, and what I hear the most of. So,
and what are the taxes currently in California?
well, California right now have taxes up to 13.3% on income, which is the highest in the nation. As we know and we've talked about, Florida has zero,
Yeah.
which means that you have zero on your income tax, you have zero on your pension, you have zero on your a 401k. So 0% for Florida. Also in California, they have very high property taxes, they have gas taxes, and the overall cost of living. So it's no surprise that people are looking for an exit from those kind of things. In Florida, you know, we have our gas prices right now, I saw today was $2.77.
Yeah, which is great. Not that we are driving really long distances because we live beachside, but
Rachel doesn't even like to leave the island. So if she can avoid leaving the island, just taking the golf cart everywhere, she will do that.
But honestly, everywhere that you can save, like every little bit counts, especially economically right now. I think that that's, you know, if you can get away from overspending, and California has really, like you said, really high taxes, and just the cost of living there is really high.
Yeah, 13.3%. Think about that, you know, on higher earning income, $150,000, $200,000, and that's a good deal. In Florida, we have 0 state income tax, so that's awesome. And again, Social Security, pensions, retirement income, all 100% tax-free at the state level, which is not surprising why so many retirees are moving here all the time and why we're known for, you know, for retirees moving here. So not only on top of the 1% assessed value, if you do your homestead exemption, meaning this is your full-time residency, then you're going to shave off another $50,000 and you're going to cap your annual increase at 3%. So for example, $700,000 home here is probably going to have around $6,500 to $7,500 in annual taxes and annual property taxes. While the same home in California could easily exceed $12,000 to $13,000. I mean, that alone is a significant difference. Think about a mortgage payment, you know, a $6,000 a year difference in your mortgage payment is going to be about $500 extra bucks a month. So
okay, so you're saying that it might be $6,500.
If somebody paid $65,000 for property insurance, they would have the biggest mansion in the world.
That's a lot. No, I'm saying it would be $6,500 compared to $12,000.
Yep, so $6,500 in the state of Florida for a $700,000 home would be around $12,000 plus dollars in California.
Almost half. Like, that's huge.
Yeah, it's a huge decrease. So again, and there's no estate or inheritance tax as well. So we're trying to talk about all the taxes. So and then add in the cheaper insurance on top of the no sales tax on groceries or medicine and lower fuel costs. Retirees can keep thousands of dollars in their pocket every year from those kind of savings. Or not just retirees. I mean, anybody
really. I mean, it's a positive for anybody coming from a state that has such high taxes. But when you are talking specifically to retirees, that's money in your pocket that you can use towards your lifestyle. You can use towards whatever you want, honestly. Like you had brought up in a previous video about how some of those things could go towards things that you want to do, like boating, or your newfound love of pickleball or tennis.
Not my newfound love of pickleball. I love the people that love pickleball. So if you love pickleball, I love you. But I do not like pickleball myself. It's not because I have anything against it. I'm just not old enough. Just not old enough to play it yet.
I see.
So, but you're talking about lifestyle, which brings us to the number 2 subject, which I want to talk about, which is why Florida lifestyle still feels like California done right. That's how I had put it. Yep, that's how I put it. Because look, we started by these houses, these mega mansions, which are just down the street from us on Due East, but they're waterfront homes. These homes would seriously cost 4 or 5 times more money in California than they do here. And then on top of all the taxes that you're going to pay on top of that. So we have both states offer coastlines, which is great. We offer sunshine. Now we are in Coates today. This is the coldest day that we've had. This is the coldest day that we've had of the year. Now we're in November, so there are plenty of places that are still getting snow. I have some clients that are down from New Jersey right now, and they said it was 20 degrees when they were there. And we saw those people that had just sold their condo, and they're from New York, and they said they're going back to 22 or 23 degree temperatures.
It's snowing. But fun fact, even though it's chillier today, and you're probably thinking we're totally nuts because it's 50, what is it?
50, yeah, it's like 55.
It's like 55. So it's cold for us, but by the end of the week, it will be 80 degrees again.
It will be 80 degrees by this weekend. I also still am wearing shorts and flip-flops, so even though it's cold and we're sitting in the shade. But, okay, so let's talk about the states, why Florida lifestyle feels like California done right, is what I'm calling it. Both sides offer coastlines. They have sunshine. We have outdoor living. But daily life here is simpler. It's less crowded. It's definitely friendlier. I'm sorry for California, but I've been there numerous times, and it's just not as friendly as it is here in Florida. You're going to get a hi, a good morning, a good afternoon, whether you're a local or whether you're not a local. It's just how we do it here. We don't have traffic. I mean, we have traffic coming in 44 in Flagler Avenue.
Yeah, but it's not like that commute traffic. It's not like going to work, commuting, and you're going to be in traffic for hours on end.
It's not like LA or San Francisco. You can actually find parking near the beach here in Florida, where you cannot in California so much. And
locals get free parking.
Locals get free parking,
You have to register, but it is a perk for living in Volusia County.
You don't need to sell a car to get a garage. There's parking near the beach. We said that. So like I said, locals will still nod, wave when you're driving by. I mean, a lot of it is on golf carts and e-bikes anyway. So,
True.
And I want to bring up, I didn't get the picture today. I should have. It was the coolest thing that I've seen in a while. Had a golf cart with a trailer hitch and a jet ski attached to the back of it. I thought, who tows? I've never seen anybody tow a boat or a jet ski with a golf cart, but that's how it is around here. That is
it's a possibility, so we might try
as long as it's a gas golf cart. Walk into Flagler Avenue for coffee, grab lunch by the ocean, play pickleball at Venetian Bay. That's our vision of a good life here.
I think you're going to find a lot of similarities lifestyle-wise as far as eating and local things to do, outdoor activities, and just overall environment.
Yeah, so let's talk about like New Smyrna Beach isn't Beverly Hills, okay? But
No.
like let's talk about a place in California. If there is a place, let us know in the comments below. But is there a place in California where you can live right by the ocean and affordable, live by the ocean, the coastline affordable, and still be able to walk to a road like Flagler Avenue or Canal Street with restaurants, boutiques, coffee shops, things like that, with a vibrant outdoor lifestyle, and then be able to still walk home? I mean, we're not big heavy drinkers, but we'll have a glass of wine here and there, and maybe a vodka tonic. But plenty of people, and I have plenty of several clients that have bought a place close to Flagler Avenue so they can walk.
True. Yep.
Have a good time and have drinks and dinner.
Do the wine walk, and then
still walk. Or I'm not going to suggest e-bike riding home when you've had a couple drinks. Golf karting is much better. I have it, but it is dangerous.
I think you're just going to find a very similar lifestyle mix here as to California. It's in terms of restaurants, boutiques, and
without the hustle and bustle, without the traffic, without the exceeding cost of homes, without the political side of things so much. Yeah, without the annoyances. Let's say that. I
think that's the main point.
All right, so let's talk about how to establish Florida residency. Now, we've talked about this in a New York versus Florida video before, but I want to talk about, establishing, this is number 3, by the way, establishing Florida residency and keeping California from taxing you in addition to Florida taxing you. So if you're moving here for good, make sure you do it right. So California does not want to lose your tax dollars. So you want to have clear proof that Florida is now the place that you call home. So number 1, pretty obvious, buy or lease a home. So you need a permanent residence. That's me.
You.
That's
you.
where I come
Call
in.
your local realtor so that he can help
in.
you find that house, your perfect beach house in New Smyrna Beach. Or
great that my wife is plugging me. I didn't have to do anything. She plugged me herself. So buy or lease a home, that's pretty obvious. Okay, then you need to get your Florida driver's license and register your vehicle. This can all be done locally. This is right off Canal. Our DMV is right off Canal.
Very
it's
close.
super easy. Yeah, it's really easy to get to, but make sure you get your Florida driver's license and register your vehicle. Then when you buy the home, we need to file for homestead. We need to do that right away. So I don't do that for you, but if you go through our local lender here, HMA, we've done a video with Faith Adams at HMA Mortgage before. She does that for you after we close. So file for homestead, do that as quick as you can.
And what does homestead do for you?
Homestead, it will protect your property, but also if we try to do it before the end of the year, right now people are rushing, we're November 10th, so people are rushing to buy before the end of the year because it lowers the tax burden because it reduces the value of the home by $50,000. And then it also caps the increase at only 3% year over year.
Okay.
So that's a huge advantage, obviously, because the appreciation rate is unbelievable here. I mean, we've talked about this here before, but North Beach from 2023 to 2024 increased $109,000 the median home.
That's a lot.
So to have that homestead cap it at only 3% year over year is a really nice thing.
It's very important. Okay.
Buy or lease a home, get a Florida driver's license, file for homestead exemption, then register to vote in Florida. You can also do that at the DMV and unregister in California. So in order to register at one, you need to unregister in the other. So register here, unregister there, then move your bank accounts and your mailing address here and change your bank accounts mailing addresses as well to be here also. Then you want to transfer any professional licenses that you have, insurance and memberships, put them here. So if you're a corporate like LA Fitness or something like that, they do have an LA Fitness here, move that membership over. If you have any professional licenses, move that stuff over here. We were in Texas for a little while and you moved your cosmetology license over. I moved my mechanical engineering and contractor's license over and plumbing license over and electrician license over. So transfer your professional license. Okay, so update your trusts also to reflect Florida law. So this is really important. If you need an attorney that does that, I have somebody here that does that. He works and helps with us and converts trusts and things like that, but move that over to Florida as well. All right, here's something you don't necessarily have to do, but it's good to do anyway, just to be a local and to feel like a local. is join local organizations, clubs, churches, build real community ties because you're going to be living here full time. Keep record of the days spent in each state. Now this is important because California can challenge you if you spend more than 183 days a year there. They can challenge you as being a California resident if you spend more than 183 days in California. So make sure that you're tracking that. That shouldn't be really hard because you're going to be spending, a good amount of time here. So just know what that time is and be able to prove it.
And hopefully you're full time here. Hopefully you're not splitting your time. But if you were, you want to make sure that you have that 183 days down.
Yep, or more, because California is going to charge it. They want your tax dollars. So, make sure that you're tracking that. That is really important. And then I just say work with a CPA or financial planner, to get this stuff and understand the multi-state tax issues that we have. Again, I have CPA, my personal CPA lives here. I have attorneys that I can help you out with. So if these are things that you need, this is why it is good to have a real estate expert that knows this stuff and can connect you with these people. So the bottom line is the more proof you have that you're a Florida resident, then the more that you protect yourself from the double taxation.
If you are overwhelmed by all these facts and you feel like this list is super long, take a minute, take a breather, talk to somebody like Matt. He can help you and walk you through each of these steps if you are thinking about moving to Florida.
I actually have the steps written down. I have spreadsheets that have this stuff on them. So from step one to the very end, just let me know if you need something like that, or put your email or information in the contact below and I can reach out, or in the comments below and I'll reach out to you and we'll talk about that stuff further because this is a quick video. So number 4, to piggyback on number 3, is residency versus domicile. It is domicile, right? Not domicile, domicile?
Domicile? No, it's domicile. You got it.
Domicile. Okay, that's what I thought it was. Okay, so there's an important difference. Okay, so residency means that you live somewhere. Domicile, that means that this is your permanent home. Okay. So Florida needs to be your permanent home. I'm telling you that because I live in Florida and I think Florida is better than everywhere else. But also because you want to protect yourself, your domicile needs to be Florida. So California often claims that people are still domiciled there if they maintain their homes, their bank accounts, and strong social ties, even if they've made the move to Florida full time. So that's something, something to kind of pay attention to and watch. There are some states that are very lenient on that. Ohio is very lenient. Texas is very lenient. I mean, remember when we moved back from Texas, I kept my membership at Las Colinas Country Club, for tennis, just because I was going back there so often. So that's something in California that they're really going to frown upon, and they can even use against you later on, even after you move. So that's why homestead and local registration and getting involved, with financial transfers and things like that in your bank stuff, all having that a link to your address here is super important to you. Okay. So the goal here, make it crystal clear to California that Florida is your full-time residence. All right, so let's get to number 5 and let's talk about what you gain financially.
Ooh, I like this part. What are we?
Yeah,
this
is nice, and I like numbers, so I love numbers and data. So this is something really important. So hopefully my editors are going to put these numbers up on the screen so you can see them. So here's a quick comparison. All right, so in the category of state income tax, California is up to 13.3%. Florida is 0. So that's number 1. Property tax runs around 1.25 to 1.33% in California. Here, I've already said it before. Can you say what it is?
1%.
1% property taxes here in Florida, and New Smyrna Beach specifically. Homestead exemption is very limited in California on what you can do. Here, it's a $50,000 reduction and a 3% cap year over year. So that's a big one too. Real estate and inheritance tax, do they have it in California? Yes, they do. Do they have it in Florida?
No, we do not.
No, we do not. So another really big, huge advantage. Gas prices, I checked earlier today, gas prices were around $5.50 a gallon. Today I was driving back from New Smyrna Beach and it was $2.77.
Winning.
Pretty much every place that you looked at. So that literally is, I'm not a mental math genius, but that literally is half the amount on gas. And then obviously there's way less traffic and stuff like that too. Not having to drive nearly as far, especially if you live on beachside. Heck, if you live anywhere in New Smyrna, it's all close. So average homeowner's insurance in California runs about $2,500 to $4,000. Here, it's a little bit more expensive on the coastal side, but that's also because the homes coastal are a lot more affordable. So they're gonna run around $3,000 to $6,000 on coastal homes here. Mainland is still gonna be around the same thing that California is, about $2,500 to $4,000. But coastal here, you're gonna pay a little bit more. Coastal there, I wasn't able to get the numbers on. So, but I can guarantee if you're a coastal home in California, you're gonna be paying a lot more than you are for a coastal home here in New Smyrna. And then sunshine, I did pull some stats on this. California is known to average 266 days of sunshine. And in Florida, we are averaging 237 days. That's close enough, whatever.
Close enough. Yeah.
So the main difference is in Florida, your money works for you, not against you. In California, your money is working against you. And so there's a lot more earnings to keep a regular lifestyle there than in Florida. And anybody from California, if you're from California and you're watching, I love some areas of California. We used to go to Palm Springs all the time. I have clients from Palm Springs right now that I showed houses to on Sunday, and another set of clients, Rick, if you're watching, hey, in Palm Springs, that's looking forward to come down here and playing tennis with me, that are in Palm Springs. I love California, but California residents, these are not things that we're not telling you that you don't already know, okay? You know these things. We got plenty of people from California that live here that knows these. So I'm not trying to be unrealistic about anything or John on your state. These are just facts.
These are just facts.
So let's talk about number 6, which is the realities of coastal living. Okay, Florida is not perfect. We have humidity, we have hurricanes, we have insurance considerations, but compare that to earthquakes, wildfires, especially recently, and $1,500 power bills. Most people will gladly take the trade.
Yeah, and just really quickly, our power bills and water bills and stuff here in New Smyrna Beach are considerably low.
Yeah, so in New Smyrna, we have New Smyrna Beach Utilities. We're not Florida Power Light, but even with Florida Power Light, there's a lot of options here. In other states, there's not many options. They kind of monopolize the power and the utilities. We have a ton of options here. Same thing, Ormond Beach and Port Orange and Ponce Inlet and Daytona, really, really cheap utilities. So if you were to look at the comparison, it's super inexpensive compared to California. So again, most people would gladly take the trade from one to the other. So our building codes are strict. That's important because that's the integrity. We want the build integrity. Our building codes are strict. Our homes are newer, and the flood zones are very well mapped here. Some beachside homes do zone in AE and VE, which I avoid at all costs, and I'll tell you which ones to stay away from. And then we want to stay at flood zone X and X500. But AE, VE, DE, those all keep insurance much, much higher. If we're looking at beachside homes or mainland homes, I'm going to be showing you X and X500. Those are as good as you can get, and those areas are affordable, safe, and don't require insurance for X or X500, whether you get a mortgage or not a mortgage. So, but even if you get flood insurance, honestly, it's going to run around $1,200 a year, $600 to $1,200 a year. So it really isn't that much money, but you don't have to have it if you're in flood zone X or X500. But unless you tell me otherwise, I'm not showing you AE, VE, or DE. It's the no bueno. So here I would say it's paradise, but it's prepared paradise.
Prepared paradise?
Yeah, because you can prepare for all this stuff. It's all zoned. I mean,
you can't prepare for an earthquake.
You can't prepare for an earthquake. Yeah, at least a hurricane, a hurricane. We got several days. An earthquake, not so much.
Yeah.
So let's talk about number 7, which is the people factor. Why so many Californians come here and they stay here. Now, our daughter's best friend, Leela, her parents are from LA. They're from Beverly Hills, I think. And they came here because their family lived here, and they ended up moving here full time. So most people who move here never move back. They fall in love with the slow pace, the low stress, the friendlier communities, and the freedom to actually enjoy things, including retirement. I mean, why we're retirement mecca. Volusia County, especially in New Smyrna Beach, Port Orange, Ormond, and Edgewater, attract 55 plus adults who love golf, tennis, boating, beach life, pickleball. These are things that they're doing on a daily. So you'll meet neighbors from California, New York, Ohio, Illinois, starting here fresh every day. And I'll tell you, that's who I get the most people from, is from California, is from Ohio, is from New Jersey. Oh my gosh, I'm working with like 5 people from New Jersey. And because of the political agenda right now in New York with the new mayoral race? Is that how you say it? Mayoral race. Again, we're not politics here, but just what I'm hearing from there. Again, we're November 2025. A lot of people from New York too. So New York, New Jersey, Ohio, California, Texas. Those are top 5, easy for us moving here all the time.
Everybody around here seems to be from somewhere else. We do have some people here in New Smyrna that have lived here their entire lives. And we have a lot of people who have been here, moved away, and guess what? They're coming right back.
Yep.
Because the beach and this town and the way the lifestyle is here is just so attractive. It's relaxing, and I think that's why people end up staying. Yeah.
So we're going to get into number 8, which is our last section, and it's my honest advice for Californians thinking of moving here. Okay. Visit first. Always say this is not just for California, but this is everything. Visit first, but visit like a local. Okay, when you're here, spend time inland, not just at the hotel or the Airbnb the whole time. Ride around the golf cart with me. We can go check out different things, live like a local for a day, shop at Publix, talk to the neighbors, drive over the bridge, be here on a Saturday, you know, when people are coming in 44 and some other areas. Yeah, explore the area, but don't come here and like just visit and be like, hey, this is the number one mistake. People treat it like it's going to be a vacation.
Yeah.
Get familiar with our different pace, okay? You can't rush beach life. This is a relaxed style of living, and people like that. You can't rush that. So keep that California crap over in California. Over California. I've been positive this whole time, but I'm going to say keep that California crap
over there.
Yes, keep that crap over there. Decide what means most for you. Salt air, ocean views, golf cart living, and social clubs. You know, I mean, there's a huge difference between this. We just did a $930,000 beachside home versus a $930,000 Venetian Bay home, and that is a different lifestyle. That's you know, get up, play 36 holes of golf, go home, take a nap, and then go have an early dinner and hang out with your friends. And that's freaking awesome.
And not to say you can't take advantage of both lifestyles, but it's really about what do you want to do more of? Like, what do you see yourself doing every day?
Sure, absolutely. So, you know, you got to figure out the golf cart living, the social clubs, the salt air, the ocean views, or the space and the piece on the mainland, and have a little bit more space. And I can help you with that too. That might be, you know, Port Orange or Ponce Inlet, you know, with a little bit more space. Heck, even some stuff in Edgewater. You know, my buddy Lonnie, he's got, you know, all those acres out there. And he's got, you know, Lonnie's games all the time where we all go over there and do different stuff. So, you know, it's just about what Lonnie doesn't watch our videos, I don't think. I don't even think he knows about our videos.
He's going to be in one of your videos.
Soon he will be in one of our videos. One of our videos that's coming up is going to be awesome. I think everybody's going to really like it. But no spoiler alert. So look, don't overthink the perfect timing. The best time to move here is when peace of mind costs less here than it does there. Okay, so that's really important. Well, you know, sometimes I can come up with some stuff. Sometimes I can come up with some stuff. So listen, if you're thinking about escaping California and moving to Florida, I'd love to help you figure out what part of the coast fits your lifestyle and budget here. Whether that be in Ormond Beach, whether that be in Ponce Inlet, whether that be in New Smyrna, these are our coastal towns, or whether that be in Port Orange, Daytona, or Edgewater, which are not so coastal. I'd love to help you. These are all the areas that I cover. I lived in Volusia County since 1984, and I've seen thousands of people come here for way better life than they've had wherever else they're coming. Some move for the sunshine, some move for the savings, but everyone comes and stays for the peace of mind that we have here.
And the lifestyle.
And the lifestyle. So, you know, listen, I get phone calls, emails, text messages, Zoom invites every day from people just like you wanting to move to the beach. So whether that be in 2 days, 20 days, or 200 days, please don't hesitate to reach out. I'd love to help you move to the beach. Make sure that you hit the like button and subscribe so you get all the notifications and updates about New Smyrna Beach and surrounding areas. And until next time, thanks for joining us versus why Florida is so much freaking better than California. No, that wasn't the title. Okay, but thanks. See you next time. Bye.